gentlemen, Knicks fans, Knicks fanatics, Knicks freaks like me. What a tremendous win. What a great win. Unbelievable. This is a team. This is a team, people. It does, I mean, of course, you need your main guy. Everyone has to have a role. But we have some of the most outstanding role players in the National Basketball Association, and that's why we won this game to date. Outstanding victory. Honestly, I mean, JD was like texting and saying, "Are you nervous? You nervous?" And I was not nervous. I was never nervous. I believed exactly how it unfolded is exactly how it was going to happen. Yes, is Embiid, hobbled? Yes, he came out in that first quarter, in the first half. He looked like he was trying to be the MVP Embiid. The Embiid from the first, 25 games of this season. And he looked it, and the Knicks were in trouble. But the New York Knicks have a secret weapon that neutralizes Joel Embiid. Even a healthy Joel Embiid is going to struggle against the Block Ness Monster. The Block Ness Monster came through, and he's hobbled. He has rust still on him. He's still struggling, but he figured out a way because he has become the metamorphosis that we have watched in Mitch's career, from this spry, springy, bouncy and hyper athletic guy with verticality, but he was kind of sloppy. He would foul out of most games. He has transformed himself into being like one of the very best centers, defensive centers in the NBA. And it tonight shows you the difference between Mitch and Isaiah Hartenstein. Both brilliant in what they do, but sometimes you need the Mitch sauce. And tonight, it came heavy, and it smothered Embiid, and it frustrated him so much that he tried to get crafty. He tried to get a little crafty and do a little spin, bounce the ball off the backboard, and he was going to dunk it. He hurt himself, and I'll tell you, he left the game. That was in the second quarter. Came back in the third quarter, and him just being out there, like, just surged the Sixers. It gave them a new life. They came out and they smacked us in the face again. They smacked us in the face in the first quarter and came out and smacked us in the face in the third quarter. But those were minutes when Mitch wasn't on the court. The minute Mitch Robinson, and let me shout out Bojan Bogdanovic, shout out, and the star of the game. The star of the game is Mitch Robinson. He gets the game ball. But the star of the game is Deuce McBride. Not going to leave out Josh Hart. We're going to talk about all that. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the thumbs up button for me and drop your comments. Definitely, if you're watching this later on, drop your comments. Hit the chat. This is a great. This is exactly how it should have unfolded. I'll tell you. I know why other people might have been nervous. I was not nervous. I just believed in the game plan. I believed in the execution of these players, and it all unfolded exactly like that. And if you watched the, and shout out to JD and to Keese of Sports Vibes TV. If you watched our playoff preview live that we did last night, it's still up there. You guys check it out. Basically, almost everything we talked about happened in this game. And Josh Hart, who I said, he's that role player guy who steps up and he can turn the tide of a whole series. And we also talked about Deuce. We talked about Mitch. All of it came together. It unfolded beautifully. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's keep going. Shout out to the chat. We got a nice group here already. We got Rashid Thomas. We got G-Man 78. Let's go. What's up, man? We got Gerard B. Sincere to Genius. What's up, Deuce? Look at this, man. See those two guys right there? And Jalen Brunson? Second-round picks. 3 second-round picks. So we don't win this without Jalen Brunson, obviously, as well. Josh Hart was instrumental, but three second-round picks is why the New York Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. Outstanding game. Outstanding game. I mean, you could hear Mike Breen. Luckily, I got to hear Mike Breen. He was the main play-by-play guy. And Doris was in there as well. J.J. Redick did a good job. But for a while there, Doris, even when the Knicks were ahead, Doris could not stop glazing the Sixers. It was just, it was making me sick, honestly. And I was like, hey, have you noticed the Knicks are the ones in front here? How about you talk about what Mitch is doing? But whatever, maybe her assignment was to do that. I don't know. I don't know how it works in that situation, but it was driving me a bit nuts. But we got Lex the Destroyer in the house. What's up, right? Fan-fucking-tastic is right. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We got Big L 139s. We got Stanley, man. What's up? Oh, I am so relieved, honestly. Even though I wasn't nervous during the game because I believed in this team. You guys know. I mean, we're all in the same boat here. We watch this team night in, night out. We understand it. We dissect it. We know what it has become. It didn't reach the number 2 seed by accident, honestly. It happened from sheer hard work and from having an outstanding team with outstanding role players to help the main guys, which is Jalen Brunson right now, and Julius when he was here, and then OG Anunoby. Interesting. Jalen Brunson, here's why the 76ers are in trouble. Jalen Brunson probably had his worst game he's going to have in the entire playoffs. And the Knicks won. Sixers are in trouble, guys. Sixers are in trouble. Let's get to, here we go, 111-104, and Deuce was outstanding in this game. 21 points, 4 assists, 5 made three-pointers, and each and every single one of them was pivotal. Pivotal three-pointers, and some were tough. They were tough. They were ballsy. And we even got a Deuce dunk. It's not a Knicks win without a Deuce dunk as well. Outstanding. His ability to, when he was in the game, to push Tyrese Maxey out of his comfort zone worked. And then when he wasn't on the floor, Maxey started cooking. So there you go. And I thought Thibs waited a little too long in that third quarter to make his substitutions, especially when you consider what the Knicks had, what the bench had been doing in the first half, because they turned the tide. We were down 9 points after that first quarter, and then the bench came in and the Knicks turned it all around. And but the third quarter was a whole different story, and Thibs waited way too long. I don't even. Let me see. What did he do with the third quarter? In the third quarter, Deuce, he came in with only about 3 minutes left in that third quarter, and by then we were already down. We were down by then. We had given up. We lost the third quarter 36-21. What a game of swings! What a game of swings. The first quarter was 34 Sixers, 25 Knicks. All right, after that quarter, I was like, okay. And the Knicks looked a little like they hadn't played since last Sunday. It's been a week off. Maxey caught fire. It looked like, okay. And Embiid was phenomenal in that first quarter as well. But then the second quarter came around, and Maxey played the entire second quarter, by the way. So did Nicholas Batum. But so did Bojan Bogdanovic and Miles Deuce McBride play the entire second quarter, and the Knicks outscored the Sixers by 21 points in that second quarter, and that's what turned the game completely. Even though the third quarter, Knicks came out, they looked a little stagnant. They looked like they were a little shocked to see Joel Embiid out on the court, especially after that injury. I'm too hot here. I love this jacket, but I'm too hot right now. I'm so hyped. I hope you guys got a nice cocktail for you. Right now, it's 7 p.m. here in Los Angeles. The Lakers are playing Denver. In Denver, they're up 60-57. I don't think the Lakers are going to be able to win that game, but we'll see how it goes. I haven't watched any of it yet. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Here we go. What do we got here? We got Nell in the house. We got Jeremy W. Willie Cruz. We got Craig. We got Sean D'Souza. Suze. Who else we got? We got Mark TV. What's up, brother? All right, man. Good. Everyone keep coming in. Come on into the house. We got 160 people in the house. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Definitely hit the thumbs up button for me. Share the video. Get people on. Tell them this is where to be right now to celebrate this victory. This is the house that knows. The house that knows. And we predicted this exact type of win. It was going to be tough. It was going to be gritty. It was going to be, and I'm going to tell you guys, look, I know Joel Embiid was hobbled in that second half, and he creates so much gravity. He uses his side. He's such a brilliant basketball player. Honestly, I got to shout him out. Brilliant basketball player. And shout out to Tyrese Maxey for doing all he could to get his team the lead. He got the Sixers the lead again in that second half. But at the end of the day, the sum of the Knicks' parts are greater, than the whole. I mean, is that, did I mess the saying up? But you guys know what I'm saying. This team as a whole, they're so connected, so cohesive, and they were finally able to bust that Philly zone because Josh Hart finally started taking three-point shots and hitting them. He was outstanding from the three-point line tonight. Let me pull up his stats. Unbelievable tonight from the three-point line. Josh Hart from the three-point line was 4 of 8. He shot 50%, and every one of them crucial, and I believe 3 of those came in the fourth quarter when Brunson could not get a good, even when he finally got good looks, he wasn't hitting because he was thrown out of his rhythm. Shout out to the Sixers. Their game plan to stop Brunson almost worked, but Josh Hart came through, hit 3 of 4 three-pointers in that fourth quarter, which were crucial. He hit all 4 of his free throws as well. He came through with 13 points in that fourth quarter. Outstanding. I'm just so hyped right now. Let's keep going. Ian Begley tweeted this out, asked on court what it took to win game 1 versus Philadelphia. Jalen Brunson says, Deuce McBride. McBride had 21 points, 5 of 7 from the three-point line, waking Knicks up after slow start in 111-104 win. Josh Hart had 13 points in the fourth quarter, including 3 threes. I have the best teammates, Brunson told MSG's Rebecca Harlow. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Talking about team here. And they all have a similar mentality. They're all scrappy. They like to play. They're all defensive minded as well. Even though Brunson is limited defensively and Bojan is limited defensively too, but he's getting out there. He's getting it. He's like, okay, I get what I can do here. I can see how I can be a better defender. I'm not going to ever stop anybody, but at least I'm not the weak point, or I'm not a complete obvious weak point. He's doing it now. He even picked up he got a couple of rebounds. But Mitch Robinson, I cannot talk enough about. We're going to talk about Mitch Robinson a little bit. We're going to get to the highlights in a little while. Let's see. Shout out to the chat. Who we got here? See if I missed anything key here. If you guys have any key questions or whatever, put it in the chat. What an outstanding victory, man. Just keep going here. StatMuse tweeted this out. Offensive rebounds tonight. Check this out. 23 for the Knicks, 9 for the 76ers. The Knicks' most offensive rebounds in a playoff game since 1994, when I was watching, when I was in love with this. I mean, I was in love with this team in the 70s, but that was back in the heyday of that time. Another interesting tweet from Tommy Beer. I don't have to show you guys, but I'll read it. Complete list of all players with 4+ blocks and 7+ offensive rebounds in a playoff game for the Knicks. Patrick Ewing in Game 7 of the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals. And then Mitchell Robinson tonight. That's it. That's how great Mitch was tonight. That's how great he was. He was Patrick Ewing level on the offensive glass and blocks. Embiid is not speaking to the media after tonight's game, per Mike Vorkunov. Sorry. Sorry I messed up your name, Mike. Interesting. Well, you know what? He's in pain. He came out like a warrior. Honestly, I have this game, I don't know about you guys, but this game has given me a tremendous amount of new respect for Joel Embiid. Tremendous respect for him. Unfortunately, he's just hobbled. He's hurt. He's trying to play through it. You could see in that second half he was grimacing, especially because in the first, when you watch the play-in game that he played, he looked kind of slow, hobbled, like he didn't have any burst at all. but he still made it happen. I think he still got 30 points or something and a bunch of assists, and he was a key playmaker towards the end of that fourth quarter to beat the Miami Heat. And tonight he came out in that first quarter just basically ignoring his body and just trying to be the MVP level Embiid that he has been, and it worked for the first quarter. It worked. I'll tell you, it worked. He was 5 of 9, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So it worked. But then once Mitch came in and started frustrating the hell out of him, he only got 2 shots off in that second quarter. He picked up a couple rebounds. He did go to the free throw line, but that was it. And then he got hurt. He came out in that third quarter. It infused a new life into his other teammates, and they surged ahead. But then when Mitch came back into the game, you could just see Embiid. He was grimacing. He wouldn't even sometimes even cross the half court line. Sometimes he was just waiting in the back. So it sucks because I want this Knicks team to beat everyone else's best because I believe they can. I don't think we need what do they call that? A mulligan or whatever? Not a mulligan. I forgot whatever. We don't need a freebie. We don't need that to win. We could still beat the MVP level Embiid. This Knicks team could still beat them because we got Mitch and we got Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah looked, he looked a little confused in the first quarter. Like he didn't really quite understand when to apply pressure, when not to apply pressure, when to close out, when not to close out. He looked a little confused, which was interesting considering his post-game interviews not post-game interviews, but his practice interviews during the week where he admitted that he was watching a lot of footage and he was totally tuned in to Embiid's tendencies and he was going to be ready. He did not look that ready to battle Embiid in the first quarter. The minutes are crazy. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going here. Josh Hart. Look, he was killing me in the third quarter. I tweeted out, Josh Hart in this third quarter is killing my soul or something like that. And he was. I mean, he was a minus 15 in that third quarter, but the whole unit was. OG was a minus 17. Isaiah was a minus 13. Jalen Brunson was a minus 15, and Dante was a minus 17. So the starting unit was atrocious. And like I mentioned earlier, Thibs waited too long to pull the trigger. I don't know what he was thinking in terms of that. But then Bojan, Mitch, and Deuce came into the game, stopped the bleeding, turned it around a little bit, started the momentum of turning around a little bit, and then in that fourth quarter, the Knicks just soared in the beginning of it. They ended up outscoring the Sixers by 10 in that fourth quarter to take the victory. And Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, and Mitch Robinson played every single minute of that fourth quarter. Wow. That is sick shit. That is some sick shit. Yeah, that's right, Lex. Fourth quarter Hart was amazing. And then that's what's crazy about him. He's a little bit, he's not at all the shooter that Johnny Starks was at all. But there's something, the Feast or Famine, I don't know if you guys know, but that was Johnny Starks' nickname, Feast or Famine. He's not quite that, but there is elements of that where sometimes he's just like making the stupidest fouls, stupidest turnovers. He gets a rebound, a great rebound, and then he knocks the ball out of his own hands, and then the ball goes back to the Sixers. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? But then he'll come out in the fourth quarter because they were playing zone, and he was the open guy. And what do I always say? You can't pass up an open look in the modern NBA. It doesn't work that way anymore. You have to take that shot. And he did, and he buried him. And he even took one that was such a difficult make to beat the buzzer. I think that was the one three-pointer he hit in the first half. But in the fourth quarter, the 3 3-pointers he hit were monstrous. Each of them were pivotal. It felt like the momentum could shift at any moment, and every time he hit it, boom! It was another little stab in the heart of the Sixers. But they kept moving on, bleeding through it, and then another jab. By the end of it, the Knicks shot 66.7% from the three-point line in the clutch, in the fourth quarter, when it matters the most. They hit all of their free throws, all 6 of their free throws in the fourth quarter. They out-rebounded the Sixers by 11. By 11, 16-5 in that fourth quarter. And we did turn the ball over 4 times, but can't have everything, I guess. Cannot have everything. All right, who else we got now? We got John 17. What's up, brother? We got James Buckley. All right, everyone's coming in. Jeremy W. We got Ruben Tay. Oh, man, great turnout. Great turnout. You know what? Let's go to the highlights. Woo. Sip a little. All right, we got over 250 in the house. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is George. This is your first time here. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up button for me and drop your comments. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings about these Knicks. How far can these Knicks go? Do you believe, the way I believe in this team, that this team will be at Game 7 on the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics? That's what I believe. But right now, let's talk about this Game 1. This was the exact kind of, because I'll tell you, the Sixers are a real team. There's no doubt about it. They are a real team. They're not, you guys know what I mean. Like, I felt like last season, the Cavs weren't a real team. And what I mean by that, they weren't ready for the postseason intensity. I felt like this Sixers team, their mentality was ready. But unfortunately, the way they are constructed, they're very heavy reliant on 2 players, Tyrese and Joel Embiid. And Joel's, compromised. And the other role players, the other team's role players are nowhere near the level of the Knicks role players. That's why it's shocking to me last night watching Inside the NBA, Shaq and Chuck picking the Sixers. Like, what the hell are you thinking about, guys? What games have you been watching? You're still stuck in that fantasy that MVP Joel is just going to come in and just completely destroy the Knicks. That's not. This team isn't like that. It takes a lot more than that to beat this kind of team. Talking about our Knicks. And their role players aren't nowhere near the level of our role players. And tonight proved it. Tonight proved that fact. So, woo! All right, let's go. Hit the thumbs up button for me. They said we weak. Yeah, they said we weak. Sweetie. Man. All right, so let's look at this. So here now, the Knicks came back. We were down 9. Came back midway through the fourth quarter. Look who's on the court. It was a great I love this lineup here for the Sixers. It was a nice play. OG. I haven't talked much about OG. He had an interesting kind of game. He definitely was a key factor in this this ability for us to take the lead, because it was that Deuce. Look at it. When Deuce is dunking, we winning. Deuce, Bojan, OG, Mitch, and Brunson. That 5-man hybrid of starters, actually 2 starters, OG and Brunson, are that hybrid lineup. That's when he got hurt. That's when Embiid got hurt right there with 2:41 left in the second quarter. Yeah, that was brutal. So he left, right? So now the Sixers are kind of a little in shock. And then Deuce is hitting 3-pointers like that. He looks so good. I love how he keeps the hand up like that. What happened here? Oh, nice rebound here. Oh, I don't think we made this one. Oh, yeah, we did one. There was one breakaway like that where we didn't make it, and then I think I can't remember now. We'll see it. All right, so now we're in the third quarter. Sixers come out strong. First few minutes, we get a little stagnated. Brunson, does he hit this? He does hit that 3. Nice. So now we're up 14, but boom. Careless. Josh Hart. Careless with the ball. See, this is why he was killing me. Kyle Lowry. Okay, Josh Hart. Villanova guy. Kyle Lowry is a Villanova guy. He plays a similar style of play that you play. So you got to be aware of that. And then look, then Tyrese Maxey got fire in that third quarter. What did he score in that third quarter? Tyrese had 12 points. He played almost the entire third quarter. So did Lowry. Played the entire third quarter. Joel played the entire third quarter, and so did Kelly Oubre. And it had to leave him in because it was working. And that is a reason why I wasn't panicking by the end of that third quarter, because they had expended so much energy. And this is what happens when you get too far behind. You have to use up so much energy to get back in the game. I mean, they went on some crazy runs. Here, 15-2 run right there. You know, they went on some crazy runs, and it's shocking to me that that could happen on a team with a Jalen Brunson. Dante hit a three there. That was a key three. All of our three-pointers were amazing. The Knicks shot fantastically from the three-point line. For the game, the Knicks shot 45.7%. That is beyond elite. 16 of 35 from the three-point line. Josh Hart, 4 of 8. Dante DiVincenzo, 2 of 5. Bojan Bogdanovic, 3 of 6. Miles McBride, 5 of 7. The worst three-point, and then OG was 1 of 3. The worst three-point shooter was one of our best tonight over the year, which was Jalen Brunson. He was 1 of 6. Think about this. Brunson plays 41 minutes. He shoots 30% overall, 16.7% from the three-point line, 22 points. He needed 26 shot attempts for 22 points, and the Knicks still won. That's because our team, we have the better team. We have the second best team in the Eastern Conference, and the final standings proved it. And this is without Julius Randle. Remember, Julius is still out there. This is without Julius, and this is with Mitch, you know, still working through the rust and fatigue. Look at this, these moments here. This was frustrating. Right here, yeah. So they're trying to battle back. I think they cut it down to a 1-point game. So with 5.5 minutes left, we're only up 1. And this was the 3. Yes, here's the 3. See how they were lagging off him? They were beautiful. And he's got to take that shot. Got to take that shot. Here comes Deuce. Beautiful. Oh, this is the Mitch. There's a Mitch. Finally, Mitch got a nice putback. Mitch Robinson tonight, 30 minutes, 3 of 5, 12 rebounds, 8 points, was a plus 20 himself, picked up 4 block shots and a steal, and even got an assist. 7 offensive rebounds. The New York Knicks tonight got 23 offensive rebounds compared to 9 for the Sixers. That is craziness, guys. That is just pure insanity. Let's see, pull something else up here. Now the Knicks, we're in pretty firm position right now. We just had to make sure that we weren't going to make any stupid mistakes. But the Sixers stuck around. Now it's only a 4-point game with about a minute left. Here's another. Oh, this is that's the crazy three-pointer. I thought it came in the first half. He hit a crazy one like that in the first half as well, but that was even crazier and totally pivotal. That totally turned the tide of the game. All right, now we're back to the beginning. Oh, that was Josh Hart who hit the first one. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's get back to, here we go. Get back to the stats here. So, OG Anunoby, 11 points. Brunson, 22. Josh Hart comes through with 22. But look at the bench. The New York Knicks bench tonight scored 42 points. And the Knicks only went 8 deep. I thought we would see some Precious. And but I thought that Thibs would already have that in his back pocket, and he probably would have pulled it out, but pulled out the Precious Achua card. But that unit was so pivotal in turning the tide of this game that Thibs just stuck with it, and he loved the combination of OG and Brunson with them. And sometimes it was OG and Hart, and sometimes it was. I think Dante played a little bit with that unit. Now it's funny, like we're looking at that bench unit as like the unit, the key unit. That's how they played tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein only played 18 minutes tonight, 1 of 4, 7 rebounds for him, 3 assists, 6 points. He picked up 3 personal fouls, and I believe he had those 3 were in the first half, which limited him. And he was just. Embiid knew how to take advantage of him, and I think that's one of those things where Joel probably watched a lot of Isaiah film, and he decided, okay, how he's going to approach him, and it worked. But once Mitch came in, Mitch's physicality, Mitch has put on so much bulk now that he can take the impact of big centers now, and that is a game changer, guys. That is a game changer when you're playing the elite teams, because the elite teams, other than teams like the Golden State Warriors of the past, where most elite teams have a big in the middle who is impactful. Joker, Anthony Davis. The Celtics now, I mean, I guess KP is that guy, so he's a different brand of player. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's guys like Rudy Gobert. He's huge. I wouldn't necessarily call. Well, I guess Minnesota is an elite team. OKC has Chet Holmgren. Now, he's not a bulky guy, but he's an elite center. He's playing at that level. Mitch has the ability to disrupt those guys, to make them make mistakes. And tonight was proof of that. Look at that. The Knicks shot better from the three-point line than inside of it. They shot 45.7%, and overall they shot 39.6%. So I guess that's do they count that? Yeah, that's included in there. So yeah, so they shot inside like much worse than that. Let's keep going here. The plus minus. So this will tell you a story. The starting unit were all minus tonight, and the Knicks won. Look at that. This is what I'm saying. Right now, Nick Nurse and his staff are looking at this game, looking at this stat line, and they know they're doomed. In their hearts, they're not going to say it out loud, but they know they're doomed. When your opponent's starting unit are all in the negative, and you lose a key game, you know you got problems. Look at that bench unit. Plus 27 for Bojan. Plus 20 for Mitch. Plus 37 for Deuce McBride. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be a Sixer fan right now. Though they're probably deluding themselves. Oh, well, Embiid will, bounce back and I'm doing that more for comic. I'm not really busting on them. Everyone should have belief in their team. Here you go. The Sixers. All right, Tobias Harris. Remember? I think Chuck or somebody said, Tobias Harris. It's like, look, 7 points for Tobias Harris. Paul Reed, who talked a big game, played 11 minutes, 2 of 3, 5 rebounds, 4 points for him. Very impactful. The Sixers bench, in turn, the Knicks bench scored 42 points. They scored 7. There you go. And we know that game 2, the Knicks starters are not going to be all negative. They're going to revert back to what they were because they're going to be even more comfortable. Also, that unit looked a little bit rusty, and the zone stagnated them. They'll get through it. No doubt about that. And even if there'll always be some concoction of players from the roster we have that Thibs can push and pull. We might see Precious might be the key guy next game, for all we know, and we'll still win that game. Embiid finished with 29 points. I mean, I'm so impressed with what he did, honestly. And Maxey, 33 points for him. Also impressed with his ability to catch fire when the Sixers really needed it, but in the end, it wasn't enough. And he did a good job at harassing Brunson. For Maxey, Brunson is a good matchup because Maxey's faster. He looks like a little guy, but he's not. He's got the thick legs, the thick calves. He's strong. He's strong for his size, and he can take that Brunson punishment. And he stuck with him. He blocked Jalen from behind a couple of times, and I was a little shocked by Jalen. It's like, why are you taking that shot? I mean, it's not like someone had a pick and roll or you switched off. Maxey's right there with you. So that's part of the stuff by watching the film. I'm sure Jalen's going to adjust because no one has a more brilliant basketball mind than Jalen Brunson. I'll tell you that much. All right, here are the team comparisons. How long have we been on? I can't even remember now. I'm so hyped I lost. Okay, 35 minutes. Cool. I love everyone in the house, man. We got Steve Larson. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining us. King Ja, 1985. I love that name. Robert Irizarry. That was funny. Let's see here. What is the key? I mean, the 3-point shooting is just unbelievable. You can't doubt the 3-point shooting on this team at all, especially when OG and Brunson were the 2 worst 3-point shooters on the team tonight. That'll show you. Free throws. That was a key stat. That is one thing. Joel gets to the free throw line. insane amounts. So I thought this was going to be a big disparity. Look at that. The Knicks went to the free throw line an additional 6 times than the Sixers. And that was a key thing. But nothing is more pivotal than the rebounding here. 55 rebounds for the New York Knicks, only 33 for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's a plus 22 for us. It's really, and when you look at the offensive rebounding disparity, 23-9, it's very, very hard to beat a team. Even when they're shooting under 40% for the game, it's very hard to beat a team like the Knicks, not getting rebounds like that. You know, where were you, Tobias Harris, in the rebounding? You know, that's embarrassing, honestly. The fast break points, that's another key stat. We talked about that in the playoff preview with Keese and JD. It said getting out on the break. We were a plus 16, 27-11. Ooh. Now we lost the points in the paint. That I'm not surprised about, and a lot of that is due to Brunson. He did struggle when he got into the lane or was in that mid-range. He was off because even when he finally got some good looks, he just wasn't sharp. Eventually, he got it together. He hit enough key buckets down the stretch. But that probably will be more. That number, points in the paint, as the series goes on, will probably be more even. I do believe that we can still win the fast break points, even though we're thought of as the slow team, you know, with the slowest pace. But that's just situational. When we get those steals and we get those offensive rebounds, or we get those defensive rebounds and kick that ball out, we get out on the break. It's a beautiful thing. Fouls. We only committed 18 to their 21. Look, they once had a 13-point lead, and the Knicks had a 14-point lead, and Knicks ended up winning this game. Yeah! Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought this second-round pick, who I love, I'm going to tell you, when I was, I don't get into the draft as much now because the Knicks haven't been serious about it the past couple of seasons. But I knew this guy was going to be a baller. And he in a Thibodeau type of player. I mean, did I foresee him hitting clutch threes in the playoffs? I foresaw him hitting a couple, because when he kept getting sent down to Westchester, he was destroying Westchester. He was like averaging 30-something points a game down there. So it's just a matter of time for him to finally get his confidence up in the big league here in the NBA, and it's happened. He was given an opportunity. He's a hard worker. Thibs loves him, and he deserves all the love, all the flowers. He is the co-star of the game tonight with Mitchell Robinson. And I'll give a little smaller bouquet to Bojan tonight. You know, Mitch and Deuce, when they get back to their hotel rooms, it should be filled with flowers everywhere. Deuce gets Bojan gets a nice little arrangement for his incredible contributions for that second unit. Fantastic. That's right. WVU toughness. And he was a quarterback. He was a quarterback before, so he knows big moments. He knows how to run. He knows how to rise to the occasion. Tonight it showed it. All right, we're gonna be wrapping it up this soon-ish. Let's see. Any key questions? Anything you guys want to bounce off me right now? Send it through. Lex says his confidence is through the roof. Yeah, them deuce chants are wild. Yeah, my girlfriend and my son, we were watching it, and they were like, "Are they saying boo?" No, it's deuce. This is Robert. This is a mango margarita. It's just a Cutwater. It's nothing fancy, but Cutwaters are delicious. Josh is an all-around B baller. Yes. Yeah. Look, that's what I love about him too. You know, he has like a bad third quarter and he comes out monster fourth. And you got to remember his defense, and he just battles. Let's see. I want to look something else here. Another stat over here. Wait, hold on. Let me check. Anyone sent me anything? Another Tommy Beer tweet. Deuce McBride is the first Knick to ever to score more than 20 points and knock down 5+ 3-pointers off the bench in a playoff game. Wow. It was shout out to Tommy Beer for coming up with something like that. Keith sent me this from Knicks Muse. It's great. Joel Embiid in the fourth quarter tonight. 0 for 5 from the field. 0 for 2 from the three-point line. 0 rebounds, a -5. Whoa, that's the Block Nest Monster factor, guys. Isaiah Hartenstein did not play in the fourth quarter. Now I want to talk about this because there's been, I mean, for a while there, you know, I mean, you guys know, I mean, it was kind of wild out there on Twitter. Oh, we could trade Mitch. Isaiah's the guy and all that stuff. And look, I love Isaiah. And Isaiah, you know, I don't think it matters who starts or not, but having this tandem of the two of them is one of the reasons why we are going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't make any mistakes about that. One of the key reasons this team is going to get past the Sixers and past whoever is in that second round and going to face the Boston Celtics is because we have the most elite tandem in the center position in the NBA right now. And the beautiful thing is they're not the same kind of player. They can play the similar kind of role, but their skill sets are different. So it gives Thibs the opportunity to pull a lever and say, you know what we need? We need a little more playmaking. Boom, boom, Isaiah. You know what here? We need a little more brute force. Boom, boom, Mitch. You know, and I mean, that's just something that we need to hold on to. Leon needs to bring Isaiah back and Mitch as well and move forward next season. We'll get Julius back. We'll get the 1 seed. And sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Ah, man. Let's see. Randall equals no doubles on Brunson. Yeah, Randall helps. Randall helps with that, with the gravity on that. But we'll still be able to overcome it. We'll still be we'll overcome that because at some point, it wasn't tonight. At some point, it'll be Dante doing what Deuce did tonight. Dante will be draining 7 threes. You know, it'll just happen. And then that'll, you know, disrupt the shape of the opponent's defense. And then that'll make Brunson's life that much easier. They'll be nice where OG will be the one hitting 3 or 4 or 5 3-pointers from the corner. And again, that'll disrupt the defense itself. So the gravity, the pull, it's kind of like there's like this diagram with these points and these lines where when you pull in one direction, it makes things kind of fold in. And that's what Brunson does, and that's what Randall does. But in this game and this team right now without Randall, who can do that every night, it's whoever is catching fire. It'll take the defense a little time to adjust to that, but once they do, then that'll open up space for Brunson. I do like the way that Thibs stuck with the second unit tonight because he saw it was working, and then he brought back Brunson and OG into it, and that's what then helped the team soar. Great. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Thibs has evolved as a player, as a coach. No longer is the time of the hockey lineup shifts where all 5 guys come in and out, and that's gone. And he's not set on what that unit is anymore. He has an idea, of course, but he's become more game conscious, like what's actually happening in that game. So I love Will Pilot music. Deuce equals Charlie. He has Charlie Wade vibes a little bit. Deuce is a much better shooter than Charlie Wade. On top of that, Charlie, I think Charlie was a little faster, but I'm not even sure about that anymore, honestly. No, not a good game, but good teams find always ways to win. Yes, that's right. Jose Castillo. I actually led the show by pointing out that the Knicks did not even play well. The Knicks did not play well tonight, and they pulled out a tremendous Game 1 victory, which is essential in the playoffs. If you, what is it? I forgot what the percentage is, but let's say, I think it's like somewhere up in like 80, in the maybe 82, 83% of the time. The team that wins the first game ends up winning the whole series. So if you lose Game 1, it's a tough road. So now the Knicks have made their future path much, much easier. The next game is on Monday at the Garden. It's going to be interesting to see if Joel plays. Sometimes, you get hurt and you have the adrenaline pumping and your team, is right there and they know you can steal this game. So he comes out, he played through it, but who knows what's going to happen with that knee. He might wake up, it would be swollen. You never know. You never know what could happen. So that's something to keep an eye on. But it's not. But I don't care either way. I want Joel out on the court. Knicks can win. Knicks can win this series in 5, even with Joel Embiid out on the court. All right, I think we're gonna get close to wrapping this up. We got almost 300 in the chat. That's fantastic. Thank you guys for joining me here. This is hyped, man. We got ourselves a great basketball team. They never say die, ever say die. They're diverse, but they all have a key attribute. They're dogs. This is a team of dogs. They never quit. They are relentless, and they believe in each other. That is a beautiful thing about it. You can see it and the love that they have. And a lot of that comes from the core, the Nova boys, but it also, like you see the beautiful love between Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitch Robinson, their friendship, Deuce, everybody. It's the camaraderie is fantastic, and you guys know if you've played organized sports, team sports, you know that if you have that brotherhood vibe, it's instrumental to overcoming the tough times, and that's why this team never quits. That's why I believe it. I'm telling you, I believe. ECF, we're coming. All right, thank you guys for watching this. This has been great. I'm not sure I'll do a live on Monday. We'll see. But I'll definitely be doing a recap no matter what. I'm going to try get my shit together for the halftime reports. I got on and I screwed up. The music was really loud in the beginning for the first couple of minutes. And I went through my whole thing. And then I looked down and I even saw JD in there because he was at the game. And he's like, the music's loud. So then I had to redo it. I'll get my shit together for that. Man, yeah, the brotherhood. That's what we got. We got the brotherhood. And what was the word they said? Didn't someone say the Knicks were going to be easy? Easy. Man, you picked the wrong word. Okay, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share this video. Drop your comments if you're watching this on the replay. And bless you all. Sleep well if you can. I'm going to be so hyped. I don't even know. We'll see. If not, then party your asses off. Get out there, get drunk, celebrate. But remember, we got a long way to go. This is just game one. Just game one. So pace yourself a little. Don't do that last shot. All right? And I will see you guys around. Actually, I'll probably try to do a pregame show on Monday. Sorry to interrupt there. Yeah, probably do a pregame. All right. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go Knicks. Game 2's coming. We're going to take that. Let's go.